streamy people, Draco Magnius here with Chocolate Zombie 101, Daluna 13, and the lovely yelling at me as we once again are finding ourselves in King of the Castle. Unfortunately, some people couldn't make it tonight for D&D, so instead, I'm gonna be a king for a bit. And possibly get murdered. We'll have to see how the night goes.
And the best part is I get to join again because I'm actually I'm not part of anything for this. I'm not gonna lie, I miss playing with you guys.
Same. Well, I'm gonna be King Hank of the Propane Dynasty.
That does sound very accurate.
I am probably going to misspell propane, so... Ah, that's how it's spelled. I have heard it. I have not actually had to spell it before.
It's actually spelled the way you think it is, but you don't think it's gonna be spelled right. It's one of those words.
I thought there was an I, like in pain.
Yes, like everyone, like that's the most common misspelling of propane. Is spelling it P-A-I-N.
Alright, so, which kingdoms do we want to add in this time? The Barons of the March?
Well, it's King of the Hill, so we have to at least have the South.
That makes
The
sense,
South?
yeah.
I'd say the South,
North.
the March,
Okay.
and the East.
March and East. That makes sense.
He would not like the coast guys unless they're the confirmed coastal bed area coast.
Yeah.
But we're also saying that he wouldn't like the North.
Well, I don't think he would. It's cold in the north. He lives in Texas. The north really wouldn't fit. I think the Grandees definitely do. Because that's more the climate. Yeah, I think this works.
Okay.
Alright, so, to remind everyone who is in chat, you can play as well. You just have to type !join in Twitch to join as a noble. You will need your phone for this game. New Dynasty players who join the game can type !join and the region you want to join if you want to specifically become a Baron, a Count, or a Grandee. I find it funny that yelling is in the Grandees because the color.
I'm glad. I'm happy.
Oh, and apparently you can see how many people are in a certain area, I guess, by hitting !join count. Oh, no, wait, that's just the example. Like, of which one, like, if you wanted to go to the counts, !join counts. Also, you can include your... if you don't have the game, you can include your pronouns, I believe, as well. If I'm recalling correctly. Again, it has been a bit.
I believe, well.
Right. Chaco and the Barons. And Daluna is in the Counts. I think if you don't specify, they just automatically do they them, which is pretty nice.
Yeah, it's also I think they do that because of the fact that you're on the Twitch menu, so like they don't want to offend anyone who's just coming in just to be like, hey, I want to play.
Yeah.
You know, I just realized I don't even have my model right now. I forgot to take out my model. I'm gonna fix that real
What?
quick.
Are you telling me you're not this majestic King Hank?
Nah, I mean, I'll do a voice for sure, but I am not King Hank at this moment. That is not my model.
My favorite thing about pronouns, by the way, I'm gonna say this real quick while we're getting ready. I'm in a Spanish class right now, and my teacher was like, "All right, everybody, what's pronouns?" And one of the kids, something that offends or older people.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
My teacher just looked at him and he just like took a deep breath and just, yeah, no, I can't even not laugh at that. That was really good.
He's right. I mean, for some reason, old people are terrified of pronouns. My model is wigging out a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. I might be too close. Yeah. Okay. I think I'm good now. Let me just double check everything. Yep, okay. I am blocking a little bit of the screen, but maybe we can fix this. If I do that, and then I grab image, where is FH, King of the Castle?
Nani?
And there. Perfect. And then transform, stretch to screen. There we go. Perfect. Now I'm not blocking as
for
much.
the background.
Yeah, I was grabbing the background, so like it's not just pitch black down there
Ah.
where everyone's stuff is lined up. And I wanted to
Do
try
you
to not
not
block
have
as
a
much.
King of the Castle overlay thingamajig?
What do you mean overlay thingamajig?
Sorry, like a scene already made?
So I used to have it full screen for King of the Castle. So I'm making it now is the thing.
Oh.
But I think that's going to be it. People can join at any time if they hit !join. So let us
You
begin.
might want to scroll the model back a little bit, just a touch.
There we go.
It's the top of your head is just like clipping every now and again. That's
Okay.
why.
Okay. Council introduction. Now that you're the king, your first duty is to meet with the Council of Nobles. Your nobles hail from across the kingdom. The desolate east, the scorching south, and of course, the bleak march. Let's start with the counts.
I go crazy great, so I'm gonna get rid of a little processing.
Mm-hmm.
And yes, I am doing my boomhauer.
I had a feeling.
I'm gonna be doing this the entire time now.
Fair enough.
Remember, I don't know the king of the, like, sorry.
Let's
Now
go. Well, let's go to the Barons of the Marsh to give you some time.
I don't remember
The characters?
characters outside of like. I don't watch it.
But Chaka, Baron Chocolate Zombie 101.
Give me just a second.
All right.
There we go. Hello and well met, Your Highness. Under your leadership, we'll whip this kingdom into shape.
And
Don't forget to stop by for a song.
Will do.
You can tell who I based that model off of.
And to the south. Grandy yelling at me.
May the ninth of God bless your reign, your majesty. I trust you will conduct yourself with honor and faith.
Yeah. With that, introductions are done. The council hall immediately fills with raised voices as the nobles argue with each other and demand your favor. You sigh and sit back. Is this what the council is like? No wonder your father told you to avoid the throne at all costs. Right? Coronation. Your Majesty, I've scheduled your coronation to take place in a week's time. Why the hurry? To delay any longer would make the nobles restless. And when nobles get restless, they take out their daggers and look at the nearest back. They wouldn't dare. You should pay more attention to your history books, Your Majesty. The nobles are always plotting something. As is tradition, the council will decide what happens at your coronation. Let's get this over with, then. Shall we call the nobles in? Okay. So, the options are, host a lavish parade with jugglers and fountains of wine that will lower the treasury by 1,000 and raise stability. We can invite foreign dignitaries to show off our wealth, that is, bringing the treasury down 1,800. Trade will go up, and wealth will go up for the various nobles. See, you could throw the king in the river. That will raise stability, lower authority, or outdated traditions. There's no need for a coronation at all, which will just lower authority. And is
Here's the thing about that one. That would be anti-Hank, because Hank is all about tradition.
yeah. You know what?
So you can't do that
To
one.
be in character, we're vetoing that one. So A, B, or C? All right.
I don't think I don't think Hank would want to be thrown in the river.
No.
But I also feel like
he
this
might
would be super in line with the show from the very, very like.
He
like,
might
loose-
appreciate the parade, but
Yeah. Probably would want beer instead of wine, but you know, that's not an option, unfortunately.
No, the funny thing is that it's actually, like, if he... From what I remember they tell you about this, he would be all for it because he'd be like, well, damn it, it's tradition.
It's a bit weird, but it's tradition. Well, it seems that we have a consensus and it's unanimous. King Hank is getting thrown in
always
the river.
option C.
It's decided. The king will be thrown in the river. What? What kind of coronation is that? A very traditional ceremony, dating back to Queen Alma the Wise. It's meant to represent you being reborn as a true king. The nobles pick you up and carry you out to the Treadwater River, hurling you into the shallow waters with a cheer. When you climb back up, the bank soaking wet, the Chancellor steps forward and places the crown upon your head. Is it your imagination or are some of the nobles stifling giggles? The path to victory. Your Majesty. When you die, how do you hope the kingdom will remember you? How will Hank want to be remembered? I don't think Conqueror makes sense. Maybe a peacekeeper. I could see Hank wanting to be a peacekeeper.
The father of the nation might also work.
Actually, yeah, the Father of Nation, I think, works the best for him.
Would Hank want to be a saint?
Not really.
I don't think so, no. I think it would be between Peacekeeper and Father of a Nation.
The greatest king who ever lived.
I'm gonna go with the Father of the Nation. Interesting. Are you concerned for the welfare of the commoners, or are you just hoping for a favorable passage in the history books? I suggest over the next few years you focus on improving the kingdom's overall farming as much as possible. Once you have an heir, I will return to discuss how your ambition is progressing. Good luck, Your Majesty.
Are there a lot of farms in Texas?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, of the regular and dairy variety. In fact, my grandfather was a dairy farmer.
Pepe, of the Yelling at Me lineage, well-known southern mischief maker, stands bathed in sunshine, speaking softly. I will get close to the mic. A false pretender occupies the throne, while my claim is ignored. Grandees of the South, this is a stain on our honor. We must not allow it to go unanswered. Alright, Yell, how are you going to try and overthrow me? Through sorcery, fervor, or excommunication? Raise authority, raise your own farming, or lower stability. B works in favor of my goal as king.
Yeah, I can't have that though.
I mean, you could, but, you know, it would make things difficult for you, I feel like. Going with sorcery.
Magic.
I need to check real quick, since I'm further away from my... Okay, yeah, I'm fine. We're good. We're good. Alright, we're using sorcery. The Grandees plan to make a bargain with a wizard. These immortal spellcasters seldom get involved in political squabbles, but if the king was considered a threat to their autonomy... To advance their schemes, the Grandees must raise authority to 5 or more in 2 seasons, so you only gotta get it up, like, a point or so. Meanwhile, Lennox of the Chocolate Zombie 101 bloodline, notorious Marcher Elder, stands before a blazing hearth, roaring with arms outstretched. When have the barons of the March backed down from a fight? Never! I know you'll do whatever it takes to put me, your rightful monarch, on the throne. So Choco, what are you gonna do? Subterfuge, uprising, or modernization? Lower stability, raise the treasury, or lower others' military. I guess I was wrong when I said you needed phones. I forgot that you just go into chat, type things in.
Yeah, I was confused when you said that. Like, wait, is
I
this a
forgot.
different game?
Choco?
I got, hold on.
Keep thinking real hard.
There we go. Ah,
I'm gonna try that.
an uprising. The barons plan to incite a peasant uprising to overthrow the king before swooping in to steal the throne for themselves. To advance their schemes, the barons must raise the treasury to 2,000 or more in 2 seasons. Well, you've already done that. Well done.
Congrats!
I mean, it could go down and probably will.
Now don't force him to spend money.
Yeah, just... I just can't spend any money throughout the rest of the game. I'm sure that'll be easy. Sylvia of the Daluna 13 Dynasty, legendary former hermit, leans delicately on a podium, whispering carefully. These whispers, my fellow counts. In ancient times, the East was its own proud kingdom. We can bring back those days of glory, but not while the false King Hank wears the crown. All right. How will you take me out to Luna? A doppelganger, intimidation, or possession? Lower your own defiance, raise stability, or lower your own defiance? At that point, it's just which flavor text do you prefer? Possession or doppelganger of those two?
I'm like, I wonder what my decision's gonna be. There's very clearly.
I mean, you could go with intimidation.
I'm gonna go with possession.
Fair enough.
It doesn't sound as, like, difficult.
Right? The counts plan to summon a demon to possess the king, putting him totally under their control. First, they must lull the king into a false sense of security. To advance their schemes, the counts must lower their own defiance to 4 or less in 2 seasons. Where is
Well, look at that.
defiance? Oh, yeah, you're already at 1. So unless defiance gets built somehow. Here you can see where all of your plans are. Obviously, we just started, so you're only on step 1. And I need to figure out what I want for my law here. We have anonymous voting, the iron choice. The monarch can make their preferred choice. If chosen, they gain 1 authority. Or the royal gamble. 600 plus treasury if the nobles vote for the selected option. If the nobles vote otherwise, minus 200. Yeah, I like that. Let's go gambling! Right. Honor Guard. Oh, there's a lot going on in the south, but I should probably select my Honor Guard first. One day you're walking through the palace gardens when you're confronted by an unusual sight. One of your palace watch is standing guard, but instead of a pike, he's holding a mop. Fearlessly defending me from dust, are you? Last week, a grubby little urchin kicked me in the shins and stole me proper pike. I grabbed the first replacement I could find. You're an idiot. Some might praise me for my resourcefulness. Not me. I can only apologize, Your Majesty. The Palace Watch have been more incompetent than usual recently. It's obvious you need a proper honor guard to protect you. First, how can we improve the watch? Alright, nobles, it's time to decide. How are we going to improve our lacking watch? Do we spend a fortune on fancy new equipment? It'll lower the treasury by 850 and raise authority. Which, I mean, works great for the south. We could invite marcher soldiers to provide training. This will raise authority, lower defiance, and lower military. C. Enforce harsher discipline, which will raise authority, lower stability. Or, there's no need to do anything. It's fine. What are they worried about?
Oh.
Yeah, that would raise authority, and that'd be good for you. What would I like?
I mean, all three of them raise authority.
Yeah, the
Aside
only
from
one
the
that
other
does it
one.
is just do nothing. You know what? I'm just gonna let it ride. Vote how you will.
As I am from the March, I will select B.
That's fair. And it doesn't spend money, so it works out for you. Alright, a unanimous decision. We invite the marchers in to try and shape this up. The barons are honored that their martial prowess is acknowledged. A squad of screaming marcher sergeants soon whip your watch into shape. Though, by all accounts, some of your watch incompetence rubs back off on them. Oof. One thing is clear from this mess, it's that you need an honor guard who can actually keep you safe, not like these kittens. Think carefully, Your Majesty. These guards' loyalties will be divided between you and their region. Of course, you could just hire foreign mercenaries. They'd be loyal to coin above all. So we've got the Eastern Knights, the Southern Battle Nuns, and the Veterans of the March. I mean, if I'm being completely honest, the March seems like the best move because they've already trained these guys, even if the incompetence rolled off on them. I await your verdict with bated breath, Your Majesty. I'm gonna go with those veterans from the Marsh. I will make the arrangements at once. The East and the South's defiance have gone up by 1, and the Marsh is now at a defiance of 0. The veterans arrive a few weeks later. They march into the throne room in perfect formation before lining up behind your throne, hands on their sword hilts. Each soldier sports a bigger scar than the last. Alright, now
I
what's...
just realized all my stats are like very balanced and like middle of the road.
Oh yeah, they are, aren't they? A lot of 5s in there. I mean, you had a 6 in military, but the incompetence. Saint or sinner? Oh, hey, it's Count Daluna 13.
All I'm saying is they were granted claims to be a saint of this ancestor. Your great grandfather probably going through it.
Brandy yelling at me.
Shut your mouth, you hedge-born puzzlewit. His name was Saint Umber, and he defeated the werewolf of Aranjar by turning it into dust in an instant, according to my grandma.
That sounds like some wizard nonsense. Just throw that out there.
You so serious? How about a wizard? How about a guy with gold? You said your ancestor ain't no saint.
Thank you, Boomhauer.
You're wrong.
I'm glad that it's coming across.
Yeah. Please don't break out into a duel.
Count Daluna 13 is spreading damnable lies about my great-great-grandfather.
You're gonna think he was a saint and think about saints in a quarter. Again, after that, they don't decay.
Very well. I will request the council's permission to exhume my ancestor and prove this fool wrong.
Alright, Council, what are we doing about this? Do we grant permission for the body to be exhumed? That is a 60% chance of success, because the faith is so high. B. No! Dead people should stay underground! This will raise defiance with the South, I'd imagine. Or C. Ask the Archbishop to just check the church records instead. That also has a 60% chance of success, because our stability is pretty decent. I've got no horse in this race. Let's start a vote.
Oh, these are good options, though.
I mean, C does make sense. Like, that way you don't have to dig up a body.
It's like 8 character. Look, if he gonna be able to say, he's gonna be put on the charge register, yeah.
You want a proof? I'm gonna show it to you with my own ancestor's body.
Alright, nah. Yelling is determined to dig up their great-great-grandpa.
Lilith would support this decision.
Yelling.
Ninth bless you, your highness. Now where's my shovel?
A few days later, the corpse of Yelling at Me's great-great-grandfather is exhumed from its resting place in the southern necropolis. And success!
Wonderful, I was right. Centuries in the ground, but old St. Umber looks as fresh as a daisy.
Wow. Real miracle. Well, don't take a money now.
Word spreads quickly of the miracle of St. Umber. Peasants across the south add another name to their prayers. Count Daluna 13's wealth has gone down to 700, while Grandy Yelling at Me has gone up to 1,300. The Defiance in the south has gone down to 1, and their faith has gone up by 2 points to 9. Disquiet in the south. Yelling.
Your holiness, a peasant sir, accused me of hoarding wealth. Me! Worse, they're throwing down their tools and burning their belongings, saying they want to live an ascetic life and that I should do the same. I like the. They want to have more exercise.
I was gonna do that. I want to have more exercise.
No, not athletic. Ascetic. That they don't want to be pinned down by worldly possessions. But burning them is quite the overreaction.
Yeah, that seems a bit much.
The only possession I need is sweet lady propane.
Mm-hmm.
The ringleader of this movement is a, quote, philosopher, end quote, called Ortega. She calls herself a voice for the ninth god, and the peasants hang on her every word. They'll be at my door at a moment.
Alright, Council, we're gonna have to vote fast on this one. Do we send someone to infiltrate their cults? This will raise the faith. Do we aggressively break up Ortega's meetings? This will lower stability and lower defiance. Or do we fire the troublemaker and hire new servants from the march? That'll lower defiance and raise and lower wealth accordingly. Well, once again, I don't really have a horse in this race at this current moment, so vote as you will.
But it's too early. There we go.
Alright.
Yeah.
Right, fair enough. Unanimous. We're going to aggressively break them up, which will lower stability, but is what it is. The City Watch rush the next philosophical meeting. Some of the peasants try to fight, but Ortega tells them to stand down to prevent more violence. The Grandies are very grateful indeed, though there are rumblings of discontent from the peasantry. Wow, I got 2 people at 0 defiance. Things are going pretty smoothly. Alright, it's time for an auction! Nobles will use their personal wealth to bid on buildings, and only the 2 highest funded will be built. Use the command !fund XY, where X is the character code and Y is the amount you've pledged. So if you wanted the Deer Park, you would go !fund A, and then whatever money you want to dump in. Our options are the Deer Park, which will lower farming for the barons, the Stadium, which will lower military for the barons, In the counts, you could build a prison to lower stability further, or a thieves' guild to lower their trade. In the grandees, we can build a monument to raise authority, or in theater to lower authority. Keep in mind, the grandees are trying to keep authority high for their goals, so you might want to try to lower authority anyone who is not the grandees.
Or you could vote for the deer park and lower farming and hurt the king more.
You don't have to do that. Why would you even bring that up? Come on.
What? You think we aren't able to know the truth of the situation?
I mean, you can fund 2 buildings.
There we go.
Well,
We got anyone in prison now.
looks like
Okay.
authority is going up a bit because no one's funding the theater. And the deer park to lower my goals. I see. You sure you don't want to fund anything else? You got 19 seconds to try and knock out the Grandees plan, or you just coast here, I suppose. Alright, with a complete snipe.
I'm one of those eBay assholes who votes on the last second.
At the very last second, goddamn. Right, authority went down, but stability went down. Or, authority went up, stability went down. No deer park. Alright, finding a spouse, incorruptible. Man, the Grandees are just getting all of the events. What the hell?
Apparently.
They just love me, you know?
In the twisty passages of the castle, you can avoid your advisors, the nobles, even the spy master. But there's one person you can't avoid. Your mother. I don't remember what Hank's mom sounds like.
Neither do I.
To be fair, she only showed up like one thing.
Why haven't you found a spouse yet? It's been almost a year. I've been busy. You better find the time. Don't worry, I'll take the liberty of finding eligible candidates. What's your preference, men, women, or do you not mind? Women.
I want to just interrupt for a second, because of the preview on Discord and because I have Discord Tiny, I thought it said hen instead of men.
Yes. Really into
Yeah,
chickens.
Hank's a furry.
Yeah. Or whatever the feather equivalent of that is.
I can never remember what they call that one.
I know scaly for reptiles and the like, and I know furry obviously, but I don't know what birds one is called. Excellent. I'll send out messengers to the most influential noble families in the kingdom. Let's see what they have to offer. Well, back to the south. A cult rises.
Dreadful tidings, Your Holiness. It's a disaster. Ortega's followers are in a frenzy.
What? I thought we already dealt with this.
They stormed my manor and took it over. I barely escaped. They say Ortega's bringing the sick there to be healed by her powers. She doesn't burn the place down first.
Oh wow, and you lost all your money.
Oh god, that's huh.
So, do we pay the barons to shelter Grandee yelling at me? That will lower the treasury. It will raise and lower defiance accordingly. It will raise the barons' wealth, and it will lower authority. Do you send in the southern troops to clear out the Vandals? That is a 30% chance of success because the Grandee's military is not so great. Ortega's peasants secured the estate. Let them keep it. That'll raise defiance and raise stability. Or do you just have Ortega assassinated? That'll raise authority and lower the treasury by 1,000 gold. You know what? I think I'm going to use the gamble. Let's go gambling! You will get 600 treasury if you vote for A and A wins. If you don't, you'll lose 200. Let the voting begin.
I mean, I can't argue with that logic. I need the money now.
Yeah.
I don't got money to give, so...
I mean, yeah, well, that makes sense. It goes against your goals, but it also really helps you because you got nothing in there.
I got nothing. I got nothing.
Right? The barons must shelter Grandy, yelling. Grandy yelling at me uproots themselves and what remains of their belongings to the march. The barons, eager for cash subsidies, welcome them happily. The treasuries... Oh, it raised the treasury. And then lowered it. I'm confused. But okay. So we got money, and then spent the money, and the march's defiance went down, and some barons' wealth has increased. But the Grandies grumbled that their king lacked the strength to avenge one of their own. Authority went down, and defiance is now at cordial. Meanwhile, Ortega's popularity continues to soar. Incorruptible?
Your Highness, the incorruptible corpse of Saint Umber has become a sensation among the faithful. Every day, pilgrims visit my manor to pray at his feet.
What?
But their muddy feet are ruining my carpets. May
Carpets.
I take Saint Umber's body on a tour of the kingdom instead?
My carpets!
Yeah, I was just thinking that.
After all, the regions outside the south could do with a little reminder of the Knight's power.
Your Majesty, if I may make a suggestion, perhaps we should study this phenomenon instead of mindlessly worshipping it?
Hearsay! Ever will cover your ears before she says anything more.
La 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 la, not hearing you. Alright, what do? Do we allow the tour to go ahead? This will lower stability, but raise the faith. Do we have the saint examined by the scholars of Quail University? That'll raise defiance and lower authority. Or do you forbid the tour, but allow the private display of St. Umber to continue? That'll raise wealth and trade. Or just do you just rebury the saint? That'll raise defiance and lower fate. Well, that doesn't seem fun. Why ruin everyone's fun? Actually, no, wait. I like that. Sounds interesting. But, vote how you will.
I also like that.
Alright, looks like we're gonna have the scholars study it. Science!
But it's heresy!
I just lost $300. I want to see how I did it.
Ignoring Grandy yelling at me's protests, you pack off the saint's corpse to Quail University for examination. Perhaps there's a scientific explanation for the body's lack of decay. The Archbishop is just as scandalized as Grandy yelling at me. For weeks, the priest condemns your name in churches across the lands. How could you scrutinize a miracle? It's fine. What are y'all worried about? We're just curious is all.
Heresy.
Meanwhile, hidden in a labyrinth beneath the eastern castle, a pair of counts meet to speak of their schemes against the king. Luna?
Eliminate free basket for all less. We're gonna have it around. It's working. Our reputation secure.
Our problem now is the Archbishop. His beady little eyes will be focused on us if we're not careful. You must evade him at all costs. For the next stage of their scheme, the counts must lower their faith to 4 or less in 4 seasons. I mean, they're already there, so that's going very well for them. Discontent on the rise. Across the kingdom, discontent with the king is rising. Everyone knew he was better off, but until now, it hadn't occurred to most people just how much better off. Now the peasants are asking all sorts of troublesome questions about their benevolent overlord. And as everyone knows, once a question has been asked, it can't be unasked. Somewhere in the march, a group of barons are touring Baron Chocolate Zombie 101's impressive trophy room. Once the tour is over, a bottle of brandy is uncorked, and the barons settle down for some light treason as a treat.
The common folk are getting rowdy, and it's all thanks to us. Now that they know how much wealth the king is hiding, they're itching to get rid of them.
Careful we don't get them too riled up, mind you, or they'll start asking questions about our wealth as well.
Now it's time to incite some real chaos. Show them that King Hank is not only greedy, he's utterly incompetent as well.
For the next stage of their schemes, the Baron must lower the stability to 4 or less in 4 seasons. Uh-oh.
Oh look, we're there too.
I need to start working on raising faiths and stability, it seems. Down in the south, Grandy Yelling at Me is practicing their swordplay, cutting a dummy to ribbons.
And look, finding that wizard to aid our cause. Hold up, give me a second. Seems like there's a commotion outside.
Okay.
The door. I don't know what's happening.
Okay, should we hold off for a little bit while you check that out, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Give me.
How's everyone doing tonight while we wait for Yelling to get back?
I'm doing
This has
alright.
been fun so far.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to get back into the swing of things, but I did manage to fight off Yelling's plans, but neither of yours. I gotta get back in the swing of things.
Yelling basically got sniped at the last minute.
Yeah. Wait, are we lagging? Why is the... Let me take a look-see over here. Everything seems to be working fine. Weird.
So now it's probably going to be a race between me and Daluna.
Yeah. Let's see.
The funny thing is, I think I've only ever won King of the Castle once.
Same. If I've ever won at all, I can't even remember. It's been so long since we played this game.
Yeah, same. I think I've won as king a few times. Or at least twice, for sure. Excuse me.
Sorry about that. A bunch of uncles came, and aunties and uncles came out of nowhere, and I'm like, no one told me that there's gonna be people over in the middle of the work week, so here we are.
Yeah. Nay, I'm afraid not. King Hank is weak, and the wizards are satisfied that they needn't worry about royal meddling in their affairs.
But ninth, must try harder.
The Grandee's aim is to raise authority to 5 or more. Alright. Let's see. Alright, I'm probably just gonna do the standard taxing at this point, because, I mean, only the barons are in a place of power, and it's not much.
I lost a lot of wealth.
You did. You sure did.
Please give a little bit of mercy to little old us.
Well, let's see. I mean, the only thing I could really do is I could bribe you, which would lower the treasury and give you some wealth. But, like, I could also just do the common tax. That'd only be you lose 100. I'm not gonna do the cruel tax, because that would just be mean.
We're already very low on our funds.
I mean... I mean, I thought... Nah, I'm just gonna go with the basic.
I'd even argue the counts should... Okay.
I mean... It would be the barons, because they had the highest out of anyone, but it wasn't that high. Hey, we're finally going somewhere else!
Oh.
Oh, first things first.
Oh no, the cold has spread.
I found 3 potential matches for you. 1 eligible young woman from each of the kingdom's 3 regions. Choose wisely. You'll be securing a powerful alliance. Yes, I know. Mother leads you to the great hall where she's arranging 3 portraits on easels. For now, each is covered with a cloth. Wait, I don't even get to meet them? There's no time for sentiment. You just need a match that benefits your station and suits your political needs. She whisks away a cloth from the first portrait. This is Avina, eldest daughter of the Eastern Daluna 13 dynasty. Apparently, they had a hell of a time getting her to smile for this portrait. She had a laboratory installed in her castle, and spends most of her time there conducting bizarre experiments. The other counts think she's mad because she treats the peasants far too nicely. Don't see what all the fuss is about, personally. From the south, Exremia, the eldest daughter of the Yelling at Me lineage. She's reputed to have an ego the size of the sun, but there's nothing wrong with confidence, right? That seems like Peggy. That seems an awful lot like Peggy.
That is basically Peggy, yeah.
She's an obsessive gambler, a pastime frowned upon by the South. It's been the cause of some scandal. She tried her hand at a number of ventures, though they all seem to end in disaster.
That is exactly Petty.
It
What
really
the
is.
fuck?
I mean, I have to pick her because it's in character. Not bad. Not bad at all. And finally, we have the March's offering, Emmy, scion of the prestigious Chocolate Zombie 101 bloodline. A typical baroness, really, loud and brash and self-absorbed, mostly well-meaning.
That is very Lilith.
Like most of the barons, her great passion is hunting. No beast is safe from her crossbow. Also, got into a fight with her local bishop a couple years back. Gave him a bloody nose. Is that all? Meh. What do you think? Of course, by being a candidate, you'll anger the other regions, but you'll gain a lifelong alliance. I've made my decision. The one with the fancy name. Excellent, I'll make the arrangements. Right, and now, the cult has spread.
My lord, there's a problem with the followers of that southern Ortega. Their teachings have spread into my land, into the March.
Oh, hey, Lumi. Welcome. Let's see, where have they joined? Where do I go to see that? I think I have to wait to look.
Worse, she's getting stronger. She's performing miracles, healing a woman's broken arm with a single touch, curing an old man's blindness. All over the march, the common folk are throwing away their goods and cursing the barons for their greed.
Oh no, if only someone didn't get them angry about the wealth gap. If only.
They're clashing with the priests, not that I like them, and even starting brawls in the streets. Every day we lose more workers to this cult.
Oh, you know, I see the tab. The thing is, Discord is blocking it, kind of. Oh, you're in the Barrens.
Welcome.
Alright, nobles, what are we gonna do? Do we join with the church to officially denounce Ortega? Their faith, it's a 50-50 split for that one. If Ortega's performing miracles, she must be recognized as an official member of the church. That is a 30% chance success because authority is low. Or do we have Ortega assassinated? Authority goes up, treasury goes down by 1,000. Well, I don't want anyone to pick B, because B has the most likely chance of failing.
Alright, kids, do you go for the sure win or do you go for the coin flip?
Interesting. Lumi's going with A for the coin flip. As is
Coin
Chaka.
flip.
And
Coin flip, let's-
okay, I guess we're
it's
going for
anarchy.
pure luck.
RNG, RNG,
We
RNG.
appreciate the vote for healing, but we're gonna go with the coin flip. Yes, you're a baron.
Let's go gambling.
Yeah, I know.
Dude.
Oh, also, I
I need
apologize.
to lower my
I will
faith,
be
so
muting
that
myself a
actually
lot. There's
works.
too much music.
Ah,
here.
dang it.
Ah, dang it. All across the land, the Archbishop and his priests condemn Ortega until they're out of breath. But her followers do not listen. Instead, they get bolder, and stability has gone down further. The nobles whisper that the church is incapable of dealing with this problem. Faith in the south has gone down. And in the marsh.
It's all fives, except for Defiance.
Yeah. Something was deeply wrong with that saint you sent us, Your Majesty. There's been a tragedy at the Facility of Dangerous Theology. A worse one than usual. Ninth above! They were in the middle of examining Saint Umber when his eyes blazed with light. Half the students and all the professors were instantly reduced to dust and bones. We need money to compensate the bereaved families and train up new professors, and, well, clean up the mess. This is the judgment of the Ninth. Why study things we don't understand? We should just worship them or fear them, depending on what the holy text tells us. No one's listening to you right now, High Inquisitor. So what do? Do we replace the scholars with priests? This will raise faith, lower trade, lower military, and lower stability even further. Do we hush up what happened and give the university some cash that'll lower the treasury by 1,000? C, do we spread word that the scholars were righteously struck down by the Ninth? The faith will go up, but authority will go down. Or do we hire new professors from Tavolin? The treasury will go down, faith will go down, trade will go up, and stability will go up. You know what? If you vote for D, I'm gonna give you money. Or you'll lose money if it doesn't win. So, you know, let's see how that goes.
Good incentive.
Now see.
Well, I need money now. I'm kind of broken now.
Thank you. I'm a pretty good monarch. I know what the people want. Money. They want money.
Fine.
Alright, we'll hire new professors. The new scholars arrive from Tavolin, and they begin teaching the students at Quail all sorts of forbidden knowledge. Ooh, that's the best kind of knowledge. So the treasure went up to 4,200 and went down to 2,400. They teach that the ninth god was a usurper, and that the 8 gods before him were unjustly attacked. Faith goes down in the marsh by 3, faith goes down to 2 in the east, and in the south, it goes down to 6. But they also bring juicy secrets from Tavolin. The astrolabe, the compound crank, the mechanical clock. They're too useful to sack, and despite their heresy. Everybody's trade has gone up, and our stability has gone up too. Meanwhile, St. Umber is quietly reburied to prevent this happening again. Yeah, we don't need to see what that was about. See, it could raise authority if I do that. Reverse voting, nobles must vote for their least favorite option, and the option with the least votes will pass. I mean, I like the royal gamble and the veto. They've been all of these have been working well for me. As much as I like reverse voting, I think I'm going to stick with what I got. What's that over there? A tasty innovation falsely accused in the royal wedding. Your wedding to Zeremia is naturally the talk of the kingdom. Nobles and peasants alike travel from across the realm to attend. For a week and a day, the capital is one giant party. I wonder why the stream is lagging so much. Let me take a look-see at what's going on here, if that's on my end, possibly. I'll do a quick refresh over here and see. Because, like, it was...
You just roboted a little bit there.
Okay, that's not good. Alright, it seems to be fine on my end. Like, we're still in excellent here. I don't see any drop... Well, I did have some drop frames earlier, but not now. Anywho. Yeah, it might just be on your end. You might need a refresh. It feels like you're the only one not taking part. Instead, you're getting ready for the ceremony. Soon enough, you're standing at St. Bertrand's Cathedral with Zeremia at your side. Do you take this woman as your lawfully wedded wife? I've changed my mind! No. I do. Then I pronounce you king and wife. After the wedding, of course, there's a feast, and after the feast, a dance, and at the feast, your new wife Zeremia delivers a long rambling speech that puts everyone to sleep. My god, it just keeps getting better and better. By the time you find yourself alone with Zeremia, it's past midnight, and you never felt more tired. What a wonderful occasion that was. Shame that tradition demanded we marry in St. Bertrand's Cathedral. I can assure you the temples in the south are much grander. Let's focus on the positive, shall we? Oh, don't worry. I always make the best of things. It can be tough, being as gracious as I am. Going all right. Onyx, how are you going? You can join if you like. What are your thoughts on the state of the kingdom? Well, you know, the kingdom looks after itself. Zeremia immediately changes the topic to talk about something she's more interested in.
Oh my god, this is Peggy Hill.
So perfect for the bit. Oh, and Onyx, the bit is, I'm playing King Hank, because Yelling accidentally said that this was King of the Hill last time we played, instead of King of the Castle. I like to have a flutter at the card table. I have a foolproof method of winning big. I haven't perfected it yet, but when I do, I'm sure I'll make back the money I've lost. I don't think Hank would say that. That is so interesting.
Oh god, I married a twin.
It is, isn't it? Anyway, to continue on the subject... we don't have a bill at the moment, but Daluna's boomhauer.
Yeah, the boomhauer.
You gently fall asleep to the sound of Zeremia droning on about herself. Falsely accused! J'accuse! Daluna.
One of the presidents of the Queen-style prudes escaped from the location.
The double doors bang open. A grubby-looking peasant strides into the council hall, escorted by an anxious watchman.
This room.
Sorry, Your Majesty. He said it was urgent, and he was very persuasive. Your Majesty, I swear I'm innocent. Count Daluna 13 threw me in prison on trumped-up charges simply because I said I didn't like their hat.
Yeah, I don't know who we're talking about now.
That seems more like a Dale thing. Alright, what do we do, Council? Do we throw this foolish peasant back in prison? Lowers defiance, lowers stability, raises authority. Do we free Quinston and imprison Count Daluna 13 instead? That will raise defiance, lower authority, and raise stability. Do we ask the Spymaster to investigate further? This'll just raise their defiance. Or do we allow both Count Daluna 13 and the peasant to grow free? This will raise defiance, lower authority, and lower farming. I mean, having the Spymaster investigate would give us more info. I feel like that's just a smart move. You get money if you vote for C. Well, you get money if C wins. Let me be clear on that.
Yeah, throw his ass back in there.
How's the rest of the council thinking? There's, okay. Really? I mean, you get money for C. Again, just throwing that out there.
In character, no. My hat is good.
Really good hat. Well, okay. I mean, I guess that means you're all gonna lose 200 gold.
I can take it.
It's a bad hat! I should go to prison for speaking a simple truth. The hat looks stupid! Daluna.
I'm going back where my hat not even. I'll kill you myself.
Okay, well, I should have had the investigation happen. It takes 7 watchmen to restrain Count Daluna 13 as Quinstock Poos is dragged down to your dungeons.
Thank you, Grady. Those are the reason. Truly, you're the most wise.
From my best. The false imprisonment of Quinstock Poos enrages the peasantry, but at least it reinforces the message that the king's justice cannot be overturned. Stability has gone down, authority has gone up, making it so the grandees and the barons are doing really good on their goals, which is not great. Hey, once again, Daluna.
Oh, yeah, Judge, I believe my prisoner is the most incredible version of the history of mankind. A whole lot of small party playing all in old currents that are lazy and inconvenient, and my hands are occupied. Well, sir, it's brought you a tea to order, Your Highness.
It sounds like your servant invented it.
Yeah, you want to throw in the only idea, and that's not fair. Oh.
They hold in the air a plate. Atop the plate are 2 slices of bread with a piece of meat wedged in between them.
My God.
By God.
I know you that. Allow the hungry order to consume the rice of bread with meat at all time. It'll save it a lot of time.
Daluna.
You know, the Brits are in very good rally rather. Traded one hands regained Brits purple meaning useless.
Ingenious.
Again, I love the fact that I decided to do is I don't have to read it all.
Yeah.
Naturally, it's my business. I'm screwing it better than me. All the time, I was like, everyone have a nice little thing for lunch.
Hmm. Daluna.
But actually, everything's gonna be made for free. Everyone has to make everything literally gonna consume it. It's all well petted.
Alright, Counselor, are we gonna allow that? A. Yes, give Daluna 13 the royalties they deserve. Defiance will go down, wealth will go up and down accordingly, trade will go down. B. No! Daluna 13s are too delicious to be controlled. Defiance will go up, trade will go up. C. Daluna 13 shall receive a one-time reward from the treasury instead. Wealth will go up for Daluna, the treasury will go down 750, and trade will go up. Or D. The servant should be rewarded instead. What was his name again? Defiance will go up for the counts. Have at it. I agree, the servant should be rewarded, but of course Daluna votes the way we expect him to.
Yeah, all about money, man.
Yelling. Okay. looks like D's in the winning.
Again, sorry, it's very distracting
it's-
hearing everything in the background.
No worries.
I keep having to mute myself because it's getting really annoying. And I don't want it to get picked up on stream.
Daluna.
Dragon's Ball, you know, is better than saying if I was could we eat a meal?
Oops, I accidentally knocked over my water bottle, but thankfully didn't spill too much. Despite Count Daluna 13's protestations, the servant is brought before you. Hello, your majesty. Most people call me Footlong due to my, large feet. Sure, that's why they call you that.
So, you're telling me...
Because his feet are long. He was Footlong.
Sir, I don't think it's your feet that are only a foot long.
Is it a $5?
It might be. They might sell them for $5 from now on. But we can't call it that. We'll name it something boring. It is decided, henceforth, these innovative dishes shall be known as meat and two breads. Meat and two breads prove massively popular luncheon. Bakeries spring up across the East, experimenting with the new ingredients. Turns out, you can put almost anything between two slices of bread.
We invented the sandwich, everyone.
We did. Recruiting the wizard.
It's the $5 foot long, but not the $5 foot long.
You know, we decided against Footlong. That name was too gross.
Technically, it's basically the $10 foot long now.
Down...
Yeah.
Really? I didn't realize it going up. Down in the south,
Yeah.
Brandy yelling at me is practicing their swordplay, cutting a dummy to ribbons again. Suddenly, the sky turns black. A flash of light. A boom of thunder. And a figure stands where the charred scraps of the dummy used to be. I am Athmorel, Wizard of the Storm. Speak your peace, mortal, and be quick.
I thought we might have a common goal. The king has been overstepping his bounds recently, hasn't he?
This is undeniably true. Watching from the clouds, I have observed many grave injustices committed by the king's minions. Technically, the precepts of magic forbid me from intervening. But alas, my colleagues abandoned that rule long ago. I suppose I gain nothing from keeping to it still. One thing, though, you must deal with the bees on my behalf.
Did you say bees?
Yes, on this plane they're simple insects, but in the apiary, the world of dreams and magic, they are powerful and intelligent. Call themselves dreams of being. They have an innate fondness for royalty, and sometimes protect monarchs from magical interference. But they won't harm non-magical folk beyond the occasional sting. So you can deal with them.
And again, the problem is bees.
Yes! I can't believe I have to explain this twice to you, mortal. Bees are normal insects here, but in the magic world, they are powerful, terrifying creatures that keep magic from affecting kings. Gah! For the next stage of their scheme, the Grandies must lower all regions' combined farming to 14 or less. Let's see, what is it currently? 7, 6, and 5.
It's 18.
Okay. And now your goal is counter to mine.
And again, the problem is bees.
Yes! Look, do you want this alliance or not?
I'm just saying that, but bees.
Deck collection,
Bees.
invitation, bones for sale. Well, you know, I gotta look at this deck collection thing. The council session has ended for the day, So you're quite surprised when Baron Luminia 5739 corners you in the back passage of your castle just before dusk. What ho, your highness. Apologies for surprising you like this, but I have an urgent matter that I thought you'd want to hear in private before I go to the council. Your wife, the queen consort, how can I put this? She owes me a lot of money. Dang it, Peggy!
Dang it, Peggy!
Gambling debts, mainly. She borrowed quite a lot from me to recover some lost funds, but now it's time to collect, and she's been avoiding me. Officers, arrest this fool and throw them in the dungeons. The barons don't look too favorably on your unwarranted arrest, but a few nights in the darkest cells of the dungeon are enough to persuade Luminia 5739 that it's in their best interest to let these debts go.
This totally won't bite you in the butt.
Nah. Listen, my other alternative was to give, like, 2,000 gold away, and then we have 200 in the treasury. And that would be worse.
Mm-hmm.
You release them once an agreement has been reached. They'll think twice before threatening the queen consort again.
How many times have you won a game and then immediately had no money in the treasury?
A lot. Which is why I had to avoid it at all costs. An invitation? Ah, Hank, my heart. I have a proposition for you. I wouldn't normally do this, but as I believe in keeping pleasure separate from business, but I'm sure there's no harm in it. I'm heading to a split tournament in a few months. It's one of the foremost in all the kingdom. Would you like to come? Excellent, I'll come watch you play. Wonderful, you can be there for moral support. Just don't distract me while I'm playing, of course. I'm sure nothing bad will come of this. Bones for sale!
Bones for sale.
Yelling, can you read?
Hello. Okay, I shall read. I shall do a read.
Okay.
Your Majesty, some accused grave robbers have... some accursed grave robbers have dug up my ancestor, St. Umber.
Egads.
Again.
Yeah, but this time they've, made him no longer fleshy.
They boiled him down to his bones and are selling them as holy relics. The gullible peasants believe each bone brings good fortune and keeps them away the vermin. We must put a stop to it.
Yeah, this is pretty barbaric. Alright, so what are we doing, nobles? Do we buy some of these lucky bones for the palace? This will raise defiance, lower the treasury by 800, and lower authority. Do we send the Inquisition to track down the grave robbers? That is a 60% chance of success. Or C, do we allow the sale of bones to continue? That'll lower their faith and raise the defiance of the Grandees. You know what? Who wants 600 gold for the Inquisition?
Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
It's true. This seems like the perfect use of the Inquisition, let's be real.
Mm-hmm.
People are stealing bones.
Bones!
Is messed up. Chaco? There he is.
I gotcha, sorry. I clicked over it and your model was wigging out.
You know, maybe I should plug in my controller instead, because I have to lean forward every time to click the thing because I'm away so the camera can see my model. The camera can see me for my model. We will find these villains and we will make them pay in blood and fire. Excellent. The High Inquisitor is ruthless in her pursuit of the grave robbers. If any curio shops have done business with the Saint Bones, she razes them to the ground. Trade has gone down by 1, but it was a success. Before the week is out, the grave robbers are burned at the stake in the southern city square. Their ill-gotten gold is confiscated for the treasury. Nice! And faith has now gone up. Defiance down. But it's too late for St. Umber, whose bones have been scattered among the most gullible and superstitious southerners. And like I said, the way Yelling is talking, I feel like they're gonna sell me something at a car dealership. Alright. I'm gonna grab
What?
my...
You won't buy this? You wouldn't buy this? Are you telling me you wouldn't buy this right now for the king?
I mean, the treasury is looking pretty decent, but still. Let me plug in my controller and see if that
Oh,
will
wait,
help
there's
me.
more.
Okay. Wait. Okay, there we go. This is kind of unwieldy, but it's fine. So, our options are a prison for the barons, or a stadium for the barons, that you can lower stability, or you can, and there goes my camera, just fell. Or you can lower the military. I'm gonna try and fix my camera now that it's fallen.
Yeah, you might not want to just drop your camera.
I mean, I
Just-
didn't want to. It just sort of happened.
I know where you place it. It's not like there's a lot of good spots.
I think what happened was because my my controller specifically was just plugged in, it might have jostled it out of the way. But anyway, for the counts, you could make a fortress to raise their military by 1, or lower their faith by building an observatory. That's what they want. They're already low, but they could lower it more. Make a deer park to lower the farming of the grandees, which is what they want. And we could build a monument to raise authority. No one really cares about authority at this time, but I forget, what was the Nobels' goal? Lower stability or raise stability?
Lower.
Okay. So, they would want the prison, the grandees would want the deer park. But there isn't really a way to combat that unless you want to raise the military might of the counts and lower the barons. But those are the two ones you have to fight against.
And our lovely, lovely king wants more farming.
Yes, I would like more farming. Okay,
But
this...
bees? Bees!
Again, yes, wizard from off-screen. Yes, it's the bees! How many times do I have to say this? Okay, this isn't working.
Bees!
But let's start the
Dr.
auction.
Bees!
A large influx of bees would solve this problem.
Screw you guys, I have money.
Yeah, no, that prison is definitely going to be one of the 2 buildings funded. Unless everyone, like, teams up to... Even then, I don't know if they would. Maybe you could manage to get the deer park knocked down, but...
I only
Onyx,
have
it could
so
be
much
worse.
money.
They could be selling carpets.
You could be. Could be. Belinda, do you want to put your
Bees.
money anywhere in particular?
Probably doing that last minute thing again.
I mean, I don't think 280 would turn much, but... if
It'll
he
beat
puts
my
it
deer
somewhere-
park.
Yeah, you could beat out the deer park and clear that out to raise your military. Oh, nope.
I guess deer park is happening.
Yeah, I guess we're unfortunately going to be brought down a little bit, our farming.
I think
Oh,
barring
oh
any
no,
mass
not the
increase in
boys.
faith on the Count's part, it's gonna be between the Counts and the Barons.
Wait, oh, they're all in the capital. Terrible secret, the seeds of rebellion about your heir. I'm gonna start with the positive thing. Your marriage to Zeramia has grown strong and steady, like an old castle wall. Though it began as a political arrangement, it's blossomed into something like love.
Like is the key word there.
Yeah, like. Let's not get crazy here and say it is love. It's like love. It's high time you thought about an heir. Congratulations are in order. The royal wedding was a magnificent affair. I'm very happy, thank you. Happiness isn't as important as fulfilling your duties to the kingdom. But I'm glad you found a way to have both. You've done well so far, but something is still missing. An heir. You need someone young whose loyalty is assured. A child of your own would do the trick, even if they're a bastard or the youngest of your many cousins. My wife and I will have a child together. But unfortunately we can't name him Bobby due to the game only allowing the second. Ah, the traditional method. No one will ever will object to that. I'll arrange for you to take a month off from ruling so you can get down to business.
Only if that works in real life.
Seeds of
I
rebellion.
mean, we could just nickname him Bobby.
We could. That's the 5th peasant I had to hang this week. And just like all the others, she was trying to steal our gold and give it to the poor. Pah! What do they need with gold anyway? Something's amiss, Your Majesty. Someone has been stirring up discontent among the peasantry, and I have reason to believe it's the barons. Just tell me what I need to do to stop them. A peasant uprising is trouble if not de-escalated quickly. The barons will capitalize on the instability to install Lennox as monarch. So we kill a few more? Put the fear of the 9th into them? You misunderstand. That's exactly what the barons want. It will cause chaos. Your Majesty, you must get a grip on the common folk. If the kingdom is stable, discontent will not be able to spread as easily. This will give me time to root out the conspirators. The kingdom could certainly be doing better. If things don't change soon, these protests will only get worse. Perhaps the council will aid you in this endeavor. Alright, council, what do we do? A, everyone should chip in and pay for some new hospitals. This will raise stability, it will raise defiance, but it will lower wealth by 900. B, do we promise some reforms to the common folk to keep them calm? We'll only delay the scheme for 1 season if we do that. Or C, peasants are always unhappy about something. Let them riot. You know what? I realize 900 is a lot. I don't think you guys even have that, but I will give you 600 gold if you choose that option. And it wins.
Our king is very, very generous.
A vote for A will get you 600 gold. And it'll definitely delay the Baron scheme for a bit.
I said our king is very, very generous. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you. 4, 3, 2, 1. I think we lost that other person that was in the Barons because they haven't voted for a while.
Yeah,
Probably.
Hospitals! Everyone loves hospitals! Ever since doctors stopped just waiting for people to die and instead tried to cure them! Everyone has always wanted more hospitals. The treasury has now gone to 3,840 and stability has gone to 4, which is still good for the barons, apparently. We need to go a little higher than that. Everyone that is besides the nobles, who usually have to pay for it. The march is now at 3, the east is at 4, the south is at 1, and some of their wealth has decreased. But hey, they also got some wealth, so, you know, in the end it worked out. But why should we have to pay for them? They're common folk. And the last one, a terrible secret. Your Majesty, I bring urgent news. The counts are deliberately eroding the power of the church in the east. I feared the church was in trouble. We have been in decline, alas, and now we know why, which is the worst part of it all. The counts are planning to hollow your mind and summon a demon to fill the void and take possession. By the time they've finished, You'll be nothing more than a shell. The demon will take over body and soul. By the ninth god! My thoughts exactly, your majesty. We must bring this sacrilege to the council's attention. Alright, council, what are we going to do? Do we spread the word of the dangers of demons that will raise the faith, lower authority, and raise defiance? Do we have the king bathed in holy water twice a day? That'll delay the scheme by 1 season. Or, see, the counts are hardly a threat. Leave them to their business. Yeah, we're just gonna get rid of that one.
Oh, come on.
Listen. Oh wow, that funnily enough, Daluna's the deciding vote for how to delay his scheme.
Wow.
I mean, B is still the better option because it delays it, and A isn't gonna increase faith enough to like do anything about it.
Yeah, it's only going to raise
Yet.
faith by 1.
Yet.
I mean, you also have to consider they're nearing the end of when they would need for that one. By next season at this point. So, okay. Everyone's
I think
faith
I'm
is
also
going
right
up.
there.
All across the kingdom, priests deliver impassioned sermons on the dangers of the seventh god's agents. More and more citizens flock to the church, and peasants place holy symbols in windows to protect their homes from demonic influence. The march is now at 4, the east is at 3, and the south is at 8. But many nobles grumble about the church meddling in official matters. Is King Hank in charge, or the Inquisition? The authority has gone down by 1. Defiance in the march has gone to 4, east to 5, and the south to 2. Is 5 when rebellion starts being a thing, or is that a higher? I think it's higher. Unless inviting a demon, a count, rides to a remote, unremarkable spot of moorland. Soon another joins them. Daluna.
Daluna?
Oh, sorry. Treasury's going to go well. How quick they're going to lose grip on the populace?
How exquisite. Then we can make our move unseen.
What's about the demon to possess a king? The ancient book will describe 2 demons, each attached to a different tale of a human mind.
Alright, which demon will you summon? Rakamasa, the mad tyrant, the cockroach queen. You need to raise authority. Or Murmurayak, the Duke of Greed, the face of all coins. You gotta raise the treasury. Honestly, both are in a really good position for you. I get the feeling
I think
you're
that
gonna win.
treasury's the better one.
Yeah. I mean, both are pretty decent at this time. Unless I suddenly splurge money, but what are the chances that I'll get a chance to do that?
You know who I'm voting for?
Greed.
I voted for Hank's boss.
Oh, no.
The only man he ever listened to.
Mm.
Oh, that Strickland's gonna tell you it's a good idea.
Well, I can't argue with that.
Born the Grimbound, we do agree is going to attach to the individual with horned wealth, we also ensure the king is feel the rich.
For the final stage of their scheme, the counts must raise the treasury to at least 5,000. Oh. Okay, that's gonna take a bit.
That's more than I thought it'd be.
Right? The
Meanwhile.
final push. Back in the march, Baron Chocolate Zombie 101 has met with their co-conspirators once again. Brandy is being passed around in good measure, and it seems spirits are high.
We've done it again, you beautiful bastards. The common folk are in an uproar. Riots are a commonplace across the kingdom. I foresee no negative consequences of this.
None at all.
If you can't see a negative consequence to a bunch of riots in the street, you're either insane or the Republican Party right now.
Mm-hmm.
Other than for the king, of course.
Yes, only the king will have to worry about this. Surely the peasants won't ask about the other nobles. Come on. Huzzah! I'm sure the king is already cowering in his palace. Who knew peasants could be so useful? Now then,
Only.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah, that's
sorry.
Lennox still. Now then, only one step remains. I have two proposals for the plan ahead. One way or another, we will push the common folk to turn violent. Will you devalue the kingdom's currency, spreading mass poverty, lower all trade, or manufacture a food crisis, spreading mass starvation, lower all farming? It would put you and Yelling in league, but that would really, like, keep them from doing anything if you did that one. However, it's directly opposed to my current plans as being the father of the nation. Lowering trade, we have really high trade at the moment, so it's kind of a lose-lose situation here for you.
I think B is a little closer.
Yeah, that's fair.
Diabolical. Well, you may even call it evil.
Evil! No!
Evil!
No, it is for their own good. When you think about it, everyone will be better off with me on the throne.
With this final push, we weren't sure the king soon has more than just a few angry peasants on his hands.
Aye, and once the fighting starts, I'll be right there ready to step in and negotiate. For the final stage of their schemes, the barons must lower all regions' combined farming to 15 or less. Isn't it already
Only
there?
2.
Oh, no, it's not there. Okay.
Please think about poor old Southerners here.
You know what? I'm gonna give the council a gift. He's doing pretty hard, and maybe this will be investment in the future. You know, even
us
though
all a
it's
gift,
directly
why don't
counter
you?
to his goals. And you know, maybe I'll also give some money to the south. Why not? And I'm
I
not too
thank
fond
thee,
about the
gracious
barons and
king.
their current scheme, so we're just gonna... There we go.
I thank you. I thank thee, you gracious king.
I appreciate it. Alright, the tournament. Let's see. Taxing issue, an untimely death, and the split tournament. Let's go with the tournament first. Zarmia leads you inside the Grandy Yelling at Me's hillside villa, through the lobby to a poolside garden at the back, where various hopeful competitors are already sunning themselves and enjoying the wine.
Good to see you, your highness. When Zarmia told me you were coming, I almost didn't believe her. Zarmia's first opponent will be Count Daluna 13, by the way.
Where do I sit?
Right over here, your holiness.
Yelling at Me leads you to some benches near the edge of the room, where a number of other spectators are already sitting. Refreshments and meat, and 2 breads are handed out freely. Bogdan. I'm rooting for Count Daluna 13. They haven't lost a game since 947. Oh, 7th, take us, your majesty. I didn't expect to see you here. I'm just here for the Queen Consort. Of course, Zaramia's a regular at Yelling at Me's tournaments. I'm sorry you didn't get an invite sooner. We have to be a little careful, you know. The Church of the Ninth can be a little, timid when it comes to gambling. Bogdan spends the next few minutes explaining the basics of competitive split to you. Most of it goes over your head until he is interrupted. No, not again! Daluna.
I don't know why you keep going to these things, Samara. I never met anyone who's bad as blue as you are.
Xermia steps away from the table sulkily, eventually coming over to find you whilst Count Daluna 13 counts their takings. Well, I suppose that's it. I've been knocked out, and in the first round, no less. Why do you keep coming here if you're bad at the game? Because I enjoy it. It's as simple as that. I know that as a king, this idea might not make sense to you, but you don't have to win everything to have fun doing it. You know what? You did wonderfully, my love. God bless you, my love. I hope you don't mind that I used some of the treasury to pay for my entrance fee. I forgot my money at home. I mean, I can afford it. Still, it's kind of annoying, but of course, my love. God bless you, I was worried you'd be angry with me. Just don't make a habit out of it. You and Xermia stay to watch the finale before heading back to the capital. You didn't win anything, but at least you spent some quality time with your wife. Aw. What is this taxing issue? Your Majesty, help us! Baron Luminia 5739 of the marshes, as bleeding us dry they have. Not literally, I hope. No, I'm making use of a common idiom, Your Majesty. Our taxes are 10 times higher than they've been. I can't afford to feed my cows. It's true, Your Majesty. Baron Luminia 5739 has been taxing their peasants at least twice as much as the next highest noble. It's been a hard year, Your Highness. I have barely any gold in my vault. I'm just doing what I can to stay afloat. But what about the cows? I'm not doing that. What about the cows? Pox on the stupid cows. Let's see what the council thinks of this, Alright, council, what do we do? Do we throw Baron Luminia 5739 into the dungeon to teach them a lesson, raise defiance, raise authority, and lower their wealth? Do we allow Baron Luminia 5739 to keep overtaxing their peasants? That will raise her wealth, their wealth, lower defiance, and lower farming. Or do we have a royal tax collector take over the tax duties for the marsh? This will raise defiance, raise the treasury, and lower wealth. For Luminia specifically. You know what? I'm generous. If C wins, y'all get 600 gold.
Yelling, remember.
We're voting B, right?
Our goals are both the same.
We're voting B, right?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
Okay, you know what? I have a new plan. Bye. I got rid of B.
No!
Yes!
No!
See, I thought the money would be enticing enough, but you both are working together now, so I had to take drastic measures.
Fine, C.
I guess.
Everybody wins. Have the royal tax collector take over tax duties in the marsh.
Yeah, everybody.
Yep.
Exactly.
The Nutty tax collection has been on duty since the days of old. Why should the rest of us be punished because of the Baron's mistakes?
Listen, someone ruins it for everyone. Always 100% of the time, that's how it goes. And Luminia messed it up for everyone. The royal tax collector proves to be diligent and efficient, but the barons are outraged at the implication that they can't be trusted. Oh, I forgot, their defiance obviously raised by 2. Okay, and what's this about an untimely death? Murder! My parent, Baron Luminia 5739, has been murdered, and I know who did it! Who is it, Baron Luminia 5739 the second? It was Grandy yelling at me! By the 9th! Don't let them deny it!
I won't deny that I killed Venerable Baron Lumania 5739,
Oh, well, that's a confession.
but it was no murder. Lumania 5739 agreed to an honorable duel, which I won.
Okay, you know what? That does make it... Bloody hell! It was no duel! It was cold-blooded killing! What reason would my parent possibly have to duel you in the first place?
The reason for any duel is between the challenger and the challengee. A private matter, not fit for this council.
I don't know about that. What are we thinking, Council? Do we hold a trial for Grandy yelling at me? That will raise defiance for the South. B, this is this Grandy is a danger to us all. Imprison them. Raise and lower defiance accordingly. C, the Spy Master should investigate to find evidence of this claim. Defiance goes up. Or, a duel is a duel. Let the accused go free. And it will go up and down. Alright, this seems like a good use of Royal Gamble. The Spy Master should investigate this. We need all the information before we make a decision, I feel. 600 gold to see.
I'll go with that.
Sure.
Right, and 7 seconds left on the clock. 1, and done. Voting is closed. Alright, Spy Master, let's see what you can find. Yelling at me killed my parent and admitted it right in this council chamber. What more do you need? We need to know if there actually was a duel. That is important to know. We'll make this as swift as possible, Your Majesty. The sooner we get to the bottom of this, the better. Right. Alright, let's see how things are going. Let's see, swing votes. After voting, nobles can change their minds and vote for a different option. Stop the counter. Or stop the count. The timer is set to 15 seconds, and the vote will automatically close once the timer's over. Or a call for unity. +1 stability if more than 50% of nobles vote for any one option. I haven't really been using the monarch's vote. I'll take the call for unity. And I'll get rid of the monarch vote. Ah, rebellion can happen if the barons agree to it. Defiance is too high for one or more of the regions considering rebellion. Rebelling will stop the region from advancing their scheme, and they can't be taxed or take parts in no more votes anymore. But if they would want to do that, they need 1 vote, and it's !rebel, I believe. And they vote, yeah, !rebel for that one. But let's see what the Spy Master's got before we get to that. Your Majesty, I've returned from my investigation of Baron Lumina 5739's death in the march. And what did you find? I found a heap of burnt parchment in the back of a hearth. Servants say that yelling at me threw them into the fire right after Baron Lumina 5739's death. They were totally illegible, but I made out one detail from the scraps that were left. Yelling at me's crest. It's clear that Grandy yelling at me wanted to cover up something. It's a motive for murder, without a doubt. Aha! These destroyed documents prove that yelling at me killed my parents in cold blood. To cover up whatever horrid truths they must have contained. A murderer and a conspirator. Alright, Council, we need to decide how to...
You wouldn't know anything about that.
Do we try to find more documents to support the case? This will lower stability, raise defiance. B, the evidence is enough. Grandy yelling at me is clearly guilty of murder. Or C, the evidence is inconclusive. We shall hold a trial. I'm just gonna let whatever come what may in this one. I mean, B seems like the obvious one. It's clear that there was murder for a reason, but you vote however you're gonna vote. Not surprised, the choice yelling has made. Really? Okay. Interesting choice.
I'm like, you know what? Let's try this out. 'Cause, I mean, it was a duel, so it was consensual.
I mean, if that's the truth, though, the only person that can confirm that is very dead. Why bother? You have enough evidence to convict yelling at me. Evidence that they tried to destroy. If you let them go now, they could be in Tavlin by next week. The relationship between the Barons and the Grandies continues to deteriorate. The Spymaster collects the burnt documents and heads to the south to continue her investigation. Stability has gone down to 3.
Do you see how close Defiance is in the
Yeah, it's almost
Barons?
max. Like, if Chaka wanted, he could start a rebellion now. But let's ask about a spot
I'm
of
gonna wait it out.
Daluna.
Very sounds outright. That makes sense. Been a total travel accusing. The coalition of fabricated charge.
Man, there's a lot of that going around, huh?
I claim I built a portable column on my chest. However, exactly 10 people will be real. Then the strength loaded for the hidden chamber. It's ridiculous. No one dares to say it from the other zone. They're too scared of an inquisitor. This person said, "Child, must be reading your grace."
Though she remains silent, the council is keenly aware of the High Inquisitor's steely gaze from across the chamber. So what are we gonna do, Council? Do we search for a witness to defend Count Daluna 13? That only has a 30% chance of success. Do we help the Inquisition gather evidence against Daluna 13? That is a 50% chance of success, pure coin flip. Or C, suggest that Daluna 13 pray for a good outcome. That has a 50% chance of success. Once again, I will see where the chips fall.
I mean, it's coin flip.
Yeah, it's coin flip, or bad chances. I find it amusing that we have 2 coin flip options, honestly. Really, Daluna himself is suggesting that he pray for a better outcome.
You know what? Yeah, just pray to our Jesus.
Listen, you just gotta pray, get your coin, do a little
Look.
flip.
Look, boy, I'm not doing anything bad. Just pray it away, right? Pray it away.
Alright, let's
Let's
see.
go gambling.
Easy one to read. Daluna.
Oh.
The trial is looking bleak indeed, but then, a miracle!
Let's go gambling.
Count Yuli eventually comes forward, claiming to have known Daluna 13 since childhood, and that their devotion to the Ninth God is second to none, raising the faith to 4 in there. The High Inquisitor finds a little solid evidence that could work against such an enthusiastic testimony. Reluctantly, she drops the charges, and pays a little compensation to Daluna 13, who sends you a small gift as thanks. So now, your wealth is at 1,400, stability has gone up to 4, and the treasury is at 3640. It's slowly building. And tithe trouble. Your Highness, I've come to submit a complaint about the Counts of the East. Lately, they've been neglecting their tithes. I'm not a debt collector. Who do you think the common folk will blame if the church starts failing? Me? No, Your Highness, they'll blame you alone. Am I getting extorted? Especially if I tell my priest to spread words that you refuse to help a holy man in need. Go away, you irritating old fart. Fine, I'll help. The worst offender is Count Daluna 13. They haven't paid their tithe in years, and yet he's very devout. I want an example to be made of them. Alright, what are we doing? Do we order the counts to pay their tithes in full? That will lower their wealth, raise their defiance, and raise their faith. Do we toss Count Daluna 13 in the dungeon as an example to the rest? That'll raise stability, lower wealth, and raise faith in the... Well, where were these options when we needed to stop their faith from going down? C, the Count should just be exempt from paying tithes. They will get more money, stability will go down, authority will go down, defiance will rise and lower, and Daluna personally will get 300 gold. Or do we just do nothing to address the problem? Let the church sort it out. Defiance will go down, stability will go down, authority will go down. I mean, I do like B. You know what? I'm gonna just, we'll see how this goes. Really?
I'll pay it in full. I know another pod.
Fair enough. I mean, yeah, you do have a decent enough amount of money where 300 is not really all that much.
But then there's people like me.
It's fine. Daluna?
Samuel's asked how we bear all this temptation. I was a little scared of the horses.
The Count's
You're
grumble.
the one who vote for it, though.
Yeah. He
Like
just-
above game, yes. In character, I'm kind of pissed off with this.
I'd like to imagine, like, in character, he voted for it specifically just so he could complain about it. The Counts grumble, but the Archbishop is grateful for your support. The church grows in the east. Right? Well, if no one's going to rebel, that'll be the end of this season. Dreams of Being. Down in the south, Grandy Yelling at Me is visiting the wizard Athmarel in her tower, floating on an island amid the clouds. I walked through the apiary last night, and the dreams of being still ruled in their crystalline cities. What's taking so long?
Listen, please, just give me a few more months. Upon my honor, I won't let you down.
Hurry up. I am not accustomed to failure. Sparks fly from Athmarel's fingers, and Grandy Yelling at Me yelps in pain, their hair standing on end. The Grandy's aim is to lower all regions combined farming to 14 or less.
I lowered it a little bit. Please, please.
Not enough! Right?
But please.
Apparently also the East are, in a rebellious sort of mood. Wait, is there? Oh no. Your heir, blood money, and the Southern Conspiracy. Let's see the heir. Your quest for an heir is finally complete. You stand before the council holding a small child in your arms. Should I die, I ask my crown be passed down to... The council hall is filled with nervous silence. My son. The assembled nobles break out into polite applause. By designating an heir, you've cemented the stability of the kingdom. Your Majesty, may I be the first to congratulate you on the birth of your son. What's his name? Bobby. I mean, technically it's Hank II, but we're calling him Bobby. Fantastic, Your Majesty. I'm sure little Bobby will grow up to be a chip off the old block. Congratulations on finding an heir. Now you need to fulfill your ambition to win the game. Expect a visit from the Spy Master soon. If I can just keep everyone from blowing up the kingdom for a little while longer, I might win. You know what? I like a good conspiracy. What's going on over here? Your spy master finds you away from the nobles, clearly wanting to speak in private. I returned from the south. Questioning Grandy Yelling at Me led me straight to their stash hidden in their villa. They found more documents, but these ones are unburnt. They're written in code, but I believe they describe a conspiracy to steal vast swaths of eastern farmland with forged deeds. If my deciphering is accurate, which it is, then we must move delicately or risk civil war. This could explain why Baron Luminia 5739 was killed. They likely found out about this conspiracy. That is a coin flip. No, we should...
Or we could just forget that it ever happened.
I'm gonna bring this to the council. Daluna.
It's outrageous. We going to Granny to something.
So this is what my parent died for? To cover up a terrible conspiracy? By the 9th, the Grandies will suffer for this! Alright, what do? Do we make the Grandies pay a hefty compensation? Wealth will rise and fall accordingly. Defiance will go up for the Grandies. B. Do we hang the primary conspirator? This will raise and lower defiance accordingly. C. Do we offer a plea bargain? The Grandies will give yelling at me, and their lives will be spared. That is a 70% chance of success. Or just take no drastic action at all. These documents are probably fake anyway. That will raise and lower defiance accordingly. You know what? I think C would be a very good option. You get 600 gold for C.
Gosh darn it. I swear I'm innocent.
Well, Spymaster's evidence says otherwise. But hey, we will allow your child to be on the council. If that does indeed happen.
I swear I'm innocent.
Okay, it's a unanimous decision. The Grandies are happy to turn yelling at me over to save their own skins. The murderous Grandee is swiftly put to the sword, and the treasury has now exploded to 4,240. Cheers, Council! I'm glad justice could finally be done. Grandee yelling at me has died, but yelling at me the second has joined the Council. And I've managed to lower the March's Defiance bit. Daluna.
One of the conspirators is going to get us, and I'm going to grind these and not attack on it.
Are you so foolish to think we are foolish enough to carry out an exposed conspiracy? Please, leave us to our grieving. Over the next few months, the Grandee's words proved truthful. Holding the Southerners' feet to the fire was a sound tactic after all. Right, and of course we got some blood money, apparently. Again? Excuse me? Nothing is wrong. Absolutely nothing is wrong in the marsh. All of that is 750. It looks to me like you swallowed a wasp. Things must have a change. That calls for a celebratory glass of wine, I think. No. Really? Because you're looking at me like you swallowed a wasp. There's definitely not an old witch who lives at the border of my lands, and I definitely haven't been having money troubles. And most importantly, she didn't offer me a fortune in exchange for just a drop of my blood, an offer which I absolutely didn't take. Well, I'm glad we all sorted that out. Great stuff. Where's my... You keep looking at me like I've trod on your foot. Ever since I didn't accept the witch's bargain, I haven't found myself obeying her every command. I definitely still rule over my estate and not her. Furthermore, she didn't forbid me from telling you about any of this, and I'm not using negative statements to bypass her magic. Glad that's cleared up. Let's celebrate all this good news with some wine. Baron Luminia 5739 II looks unaccountably miserable during your drinking session. What's their problem anyway? Yeah, why are they so bent out of shape about this? Come harvest time, Baron Luminia 5739 II's farms yield a lot more grain than they used to, and the peasants are happier. In fact, everything is going great for everyone, honestly. There are some complaints about a priest going missing, of course, and the church keeps burning down. But you can't have everything. Look, it was either the farms or the church, and we made a decision. It is what it is. Alright, it's once again time to start some auctionings! For the barons, they could get an observatory to lower their faith even further, or a prison to lower the stability of the kingdom. The counts could build a theater to lower authority, or they could lower their trade by building a thieves' guild. The grandees can once again lower farming with a deer park, or raise stability with a library. And I did just raise the farming, so they're probably going to be a deer park that gets funded. But let the auctioning begin.
Yeah, I wonder what's gonna happen.
So you've decided to abandon the whole deer park thing, right?
Oh, of course, of course.
I mean, I did bribe you a little while ago, just throwing that out there.
And you also killed our leader.
Listen, yelling at me the first committed a crime and had to face judgment for that. But I did bribe you earlier.
Of course, of course.
I thought as much. Okay, fair enough. I'm going to be giving a cruel tax then. It's only fair. But what other buildings? Or just one building? There's only 6 seconds left though, so it's probably just the deer park. Alright. Man, the Grandees farming really sucks for them, huh? Those poor peasants won't get any food. You know what? I'm curious about this easing the tension thing. Before I hit the ambition.
Real quick, how much longer are we thinking about going? Because I'm getting tired.
And
well,
you have work in.
Yeah. I was thinking we'd
and-
probably just end, like, this one because we're about to see where my ambition goes after this one. So I
Yeah.
figure we'll do ease the tension and then we'll hit my ambition to see if I win this or not. Your Majesty, nobles of the council, tensions are running high, but the kingdom itself is stable. Perhaps it's time we forget our past troubles and come together as friends. What did you have in mind, Chancellor? We could exchange gifts, or hold a friendly competition, a fashion show, perhaps, or a game of riddles. Your Majesty, why don't we hold a vote on a team-building exercise to help you and the council trust each other again? Alright, council, what is our team-building exercise? Do we exchange gifts? Have a friendly fashion competition? A game of riddles could be fun? Or this is a stupid idea. That'll just raise everyone's defiance. Game of riddles lowers the treasury by 1,000, the fashion competition by 500. I was gonna see what we do. Okay, game of riddles, the exchange of gifts. That means it's up to yelling at me the second. The game of riddles. Okay. That will lower the treasury. I understand why you've decided this. But you know, the gifts could have been fun, but it's fine. We'll do this riddle competition. Why it costs 1,000, who can say? Riddles! Wonderful! I'll make the arrangements at once. The nobles can work together on riddles with a hefty cash prize if they get it right. That's why. The nobles of the council begin murmuring. This is a chance to prove the sharpness of their wits. They better brush up on their riddles. And now the ambition. At the start of your reign, you said you wanted to be the father of the nation. You're well on your way to reaching that goal. The peasants are thriving and well fed, and they think of you fondly. Well done, Your Majesty! Defiance has gone down to 6 in the marsh, 5 in the east, and 0 in the south. But to shut down your noble scheming for good, we'll need to build on that reputation. Your advisors have some ideas. The common folk are a sleeping giant that even the nobles are afraid to wake. If you become beloved by the peasants, the nobles won't dare overthrow you for fear of revolution. Or you could declare war on the Ashmedian Empire. The nobles will forget their schemes. If you win. I don't know, that seems like a big gamble. My stability is pretty decent. I'm gonna become beloved by the common folk. That seems like a more Hank thing to do anyway. wise decision, Your Majesty. I'll begin recruiting town criers to shout about your achievements to the masses. But first you need some actual achievements. Your priority is to raise the kingdom's stability and overall farming as much as you can. And of course, there can't be open rebellion among the nobles. Oh, okay. That isn't the exact end. So, I guess we'll do this last thing over here and then see what comes of it. And that's where we'll end. Just so we can end the season off, and then if we do come back to this ever, we'll start up that with fresh. When Baron Chocolate Zombie 101 enters the council chambers, their clothes are stained and rumpled, and their faces haggard.
Bad news from the March Majesty. My cupboards are bare.
I won't allow such suffering in my kingdom. Ah, wait, I picked the wrong voice. Oh, well.
My fortress is crumbling. Great God. I'm utterly penniless. I beg for whatever spare coin the council can give.
Alright, Council, how do we help our friend here? Grandy yelling at me the second is wealthy. They should help. That is a 60% chance of success. The Crown should provide funds from the Treasury. That'll be 1,000 gold gone from the Treasury. The wealth will increase to Baron Chocolate Zombie 101 by 300. Defiance will go down. Or we could do a coin flip. 50%. You must deal with it yourself. That seems a bit cruel, but nobles, do what you will. Noble's gonna noble.
Please give me money, take it out of the treasury, maybe take some from the counts as well.
I'm kind of
I
shocked.
wasn't gonna vote this way, but
I'm shocked that Daluna picked this one since it's contrary to his goals.
I think we're kind of all fucked right now.
Kinda, yeah. Also, I'm tired.
That's fair.
Thank you, Your Highness. Your kindness won't be forgotten. I don't understand how 1,000 gold from the treasury is only converted to 300 gold from me, but I'll live with it.
You know, it's the transaction fees. That's how they get you. Like, 300 went to you because 700 of it was in transaction fees. It's the worst.
and that goes to who?
Oh, you know, somebody. I don't know who exactly. The treasurer, probably. You arrange for the treasurer to send the coin to their lands. Word of your generosity spreads through the marsh. March, even. Right, and that will end the season. And, just gonna... Let's see, you are kind of low, and I mean, you didn't vote the way I wanted, so we're just gonna do this.
Excuse me.
Look, you voted for the deer park. Oh, okay. So this is the decider. Is everyone okay if I see the roll it, or do we want to end here?
I think that's a good place to end, like I said.
Yeah.
It's getting late. You have work in the morning.
Yeah. I mean, the only
You need-
reason why I thought maybe to click the ambition one is because that one is rolling to see if it ends here or not. But if
You
everyone's
have
in
to
agreement
get
that we
up
could
in
just
8
end here.
hours.
Yeah,
You need to sleep and then get...
that's fair.
Mm.
Everyone is getting tired. Let's start going around the horn. Daluna, where can people find you? Daluna?
Hello, my name is
Oh, there it is.
Daluna13. You can find me on Blue Sky at Daluna13, YouTube at Daluna13. Like I said, I'm tired. I've been up since 7 a.m. So unfortunately, I'm gonna have to bow out. Like, thank you for having me.
You good.
Like I said, I miss playing with you guys, so I want to do that again soon.
All right. We hope to have you.
Later, everybody.
Oh, good night.
Later.
Choco, where can
Bye.
people find you?
Hello, I'm Chocolate Zombie 101. You can find me all over social media as any form of Chocolate Zombie 101. I stream on Twitch. Tuesdays, you find me, Draco, and Hoshi doing our Baldur's Gate 3 honor mode campaign. We're currently heading towards the Yankee Crash. So tune in for that. Wednesdays, you find typically you can find all of us over on Draco's channel, here on Draco's channel for our Crooked Moon campaign. We may or may not all die next session, so we're that's definitely something to be to look forward to. And then earlier in the day on Wednesdays, returning soon, hopefully, you'll find me, Daluna, and many others over on Twitch.tv for our Power to Your Cyberstrike campaign. Lots been going on. We've been on a hiatus since last year, about October-ish, November-ish last year. But things are finally kind of starting to slowly come together, and we hopefully, fingers crossed, should be back to the game by the end of the month. Hopefully.
All right. Okay. And Yelling, where can people find you?
Over here. I mean,
I mean, correct. But also, where else?
they can also find me on Twitch, Instagram, etc., as Yelling at Me or as Yelling at Me VT. Specifically on Instagram, I go by Yelling at Me VT. Anyway, hello. I usually do art streams. I skipped today because I was in customer service hell.
Mm.
And the hell didn't necessarily get resolved. But it is what it is. Apparently, there is an issue within PayPal, and they will have to fix it on their end. And I have been told that their software engineering team is working on it at the moment. And this is not just isolated to me. So, on the one hand, it's not just a me thing. On the other hand, I have to do annoying things with my subscription for Live 2D if I do it this way.
Mm.
I previously paid it on a personal account, and since I'm using it for business, I wanted to use my PayPal business account. So that's what the situation is.
Mm.
That's part of the situation. Anyway, and if I'm not doing art, normally, I'm usually either doing VR chat or playing games, specifically Pokemans, on Fridays with my lovely boyfriend Draco Magnius. And this coming Friday, not this Friday, but the Friday afterwards, I will be doing like a charity event. I'm like trying to really hype up the event for Bunny Hope, and we're gonna be doing selling like customized Valentine's Day cards if you donate $15 or more.
Okay. Right.
And I will be trying to do a theme lock of romantic theme Pokemon and re-challenging La Primera just for the sake of doing that. Anyway. I'll figure something out. I'll try to get all the gym battles done so I can do that as soon as possible.
Okay.
Next stream.
Alright, but you've already found me here. I stream Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and join Yelling at Me on Fridays. Monday's Persona 3 Reload, where we are about to hit midterms, unfortunately. So I can't really hang out with anybody for, like, I think the next 4 days in-game. But once that's done, in theory, I should be able to do social links and also the final Tarot Shadow, or Arcana Shadow, however you want to call it, is coming up. Tuesdays, as Chaco said, you can find me and him and Hoshi playing Baldur's Gate 3 as we go through the Lathander Temple, to find the Blood of Lathander and also deal with the Githyanki that are there. Wednesdays, you can find us here. Some of the people that are in the call and some other people as our heroes, the Wayward Souls, go through Rom's Corn Maze of Hell. Will they be able to make it out of there in 3 hours? Or will Rom have claim on their soul? You'll have to tune in to find out. And on Fridays, you can catch me and Yelling going through Pokemon Violet, specifically Yelling going through Pokemon Violet while I ride along. But with all of that said and done, how about we find someone to raid? I think we're gonna raid Namine. I feel like it's been a bit since I've gone into Namine's stream. What should our raid message be?